Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, and I was just eating biscuits, and let me make sure I ain't got no crumbs all over my face, child. Okay. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, and today's video is obviously talking about Trova trip. Now, this video is not sponsored. This is not like a paid promotion. This is just my genuine experience and feedback after my first Trova trip. I just completed my first successful one, so I'm here to talk about it, and mainly because, well, actually two reasons. One is that last year maybe, when I made a video or videos on Bindery, the whole like influencer publisher imprint thing, and my thoughts about it, that I thought it felt, I don't know, like I understand where it rose out of, but I didn't feel like it was a solution for publishing, and then maybe it felt kind of scammy is how I felt, okay? My thoughts. So I had some comments about Trova trip because some people felt that it was scammy. They're like, I don't know, can you make a video on that? And I do remember at that time what time of year that was, because I originally had launched one to try to do one to Croatia. That would have been last year, and that didn't happen for reasons. Then I launched another one last fall that just happened in October of this year, 2025. So now that I have done it and come out the other side, I figured I can make a video with accurate information. Because, you know, I kind of understand, and it kind of, when you explain it to people, kind of sounds like a crazy thing to do. So if you're like, I don't know, I just clicked on this video, or maybe you've heard of Trova trip, but you don't really know what it is. But Trova is a company, and they work with essentially like creators who have built communities across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and essentially the creator is the host of the trip. So you like work with someone at Trova you poll your audience, like who is interested in traveling with you, where would they want to go, time of year, money, activities, all of those things. You get all this information and you can see the stats essentially of your community of people who are interested in traveling with you, what their budget is, where they want to go, such and such. They have destinations across I was gonna say 6 continents, but I don't know if they have anything in Australia, but they have a lot across, obviously, North America. They have South America, Europe, Africa, Asia. I just don't know about Australia, and I don't think Antarctica. But, so you come up with this information. So like this time around, Ireland was the #1, and then you start to post about it, to market it. Obviously, you're giving everyone the information. This is how much the trip cost. These are the dates. These are the activities that are going to be on the trip. And here is the price of what you would pay. And the price of that trip does not include all of your meals or your airfare, and then other things. Like it'll say what's included and then what's not included. So obviously, it's not cheap. Even to the cheaper locations, it is an expensive thing. That's just true. And obviously, depending on location, the prices vary. So I know that to some people that would sound weird, like I'm just gonna meet up with random people and this person that I maybe know parasocially to go on this trip. Yes, and that's what happened. I just came back from Ireland, so we did Dublin, and went down to Killarney, did Ring of Kerry, came back to Dublin. I think total it was 6 days, and it flew by. I wish it was longer, but it is real and it's not a scam. Now, obviously, it's up to you what you think a vacation or a trip, what you want to spend, how you feel about group travel, and especially about group travel with people you've most likely not met. But there were some people on the trip who came with, there were 2 sets of sisters who came together. I know maybe on other trips, partners or spouses may go together. And then it's like, okay, but this thing is so expensive. Are you as the host making all of this money off of me? So when you're booking the trip with Trova, it's not like you have to figure out the different activities, how I get there, where we're staying, all these things. It's essentially almost like paying for a travel agent and the trip all in one, because they are planning that. So when we get here's the hotel that's already booked, and then here's the bus that's going to take us down here. Oh, we're going to take this train. Oh, we're going to take a taxi from here. Oh, here's the walking tour. So it's really like, if you want to show up and just enjoy a trip and not have to be a planner, which some of the people on the trip, that was one of their main reasons for coming. They love to travel, but they're always the planner of their group. I can relate. I'm the planner, you know, even usually when Andrew and I travel, I'm the one who's doing the planning. So it was really nice not to have to do that. So obviously we have a tour guide who was with us the entire time. Our tour guide was beyond wonderful. I can't say enough amazing things about Ruth. I love you if you ever see this video. And I, of course, vlogged while I was there. And so that's going to be a project of its own that I'm working on to put together. But you have a tour guide who's with you. Obviously, we had a driver, things for taxis. So all those things add up. And so yes, it is going to cost maybe upfront more than what you would normally plan for a vacation. But again, someone else is planning the activities for you, setting up the different travel in between, and you know, whatever else that it says is included within your trip. And so outside of the cost, because I think that's a big thing to people, it's like, well, isn't this like weird? Or I guess it depends on the person that you're following who would be hosting the trip. I think if you feel like you have similar personalities, similar like beliefs and values, things that would make, you know, if you had encounter this person in real life that you would normally be friends, I think it would be less weird to meet them. And then also if you get a good gauge of what the other audience members are like, because you can like a person, which there are some people that I like across multiple platforms, and maybe watch their content, but I see how their communities, their followers, their fans, if you want to call them that, act. And that would not, I would be like, if they ever hosted a trip, I would be like, you know what, I don't think that would be in the environment that I want to be in. Because I just think it's a lot on who the person is, and you may like that person, which I like. But if they opened up a trip, sometimes people's demographics maybe is not like, let's say, for example, for some reason, Hassan Piker decided to do a Trova trip, which I like Hassan. I don't agree with everything he says, but I do like him. He also is very attractive. But if he was doing a Trova trip, I'm so sorry, I would never want to go. I feel like it'd be weird to be on a trip with him, but the people, he has a vast audience, right? Because he has millions of followers. I would never want to be on a trip with other people in his following. That, especially because I wouldn't have control of the other people who are going. No, thank you. But so I think that would take off the pressure and make it less weird. Now for the host, obviously, if you're a very introverted person, you don't like group travel, you don't like meeting people, it wouldn't be a good idea. And you as a traveler, if that's going to stress you out, maybe not a good idea. But if you have a creator that you followed for a while, that you really enjoy, they're hosting a trip, you think you would get along, you see other people, you have mutuals within the community, that you have a good sense of the type of people who would be on the trip, it's to a location you would like to go, you look at the activities, it's something that you can afford, I think it's worth to do. Because I think normally our group that we had in Ireland, like maybe some people, if we had encountered each other in real life, could have been friends. But I think that we all have unifying trait stuff. Like everyone's following me. One singular thing we can relate to is books. But everyone was still so different, but so kind, so welcoming to everyone. We could be at a place and you sit by these people and can have a conversation. These people might sit together and have a conversation. Like everyone was able to enjoy each other's company. There was just like no negative energy. It felt so good. And I would like to, humble brag for a second that I think that I take that, I'm pretty proud of that. I think that this community of people that I have are, and obviously I don't know every single person that follows me, but I think for the people who were following me and then like took that leap to say, I'm going to go on this trip with you, is I feel like it's a good reflection of me. And that made me feel good to see all these wonderful people that I got to share the trip with. So it was just such a good experience. And I don't think, despite different locations, but if we were all in the same town at the same school or something, I don't know that we necessarily would come together organically as a group of friends. But I think after with this trip and getting to know everyone, like it feels to me, they may feel different, but it felt like something like a connection we could keep going for years to come, and it was something that I never would have experienced had I never done this. And I know some other people on the trip felt the same way. So I'm just here to say, and obviously you're like, well, yeah, that obviously there's going to be positives and negatives, ups and downs. Some people, I don't know many people who've been on a Trova trip. Like, I have seen many, but I don't know anyone personally. So I don't have any other outside experiences except my own. So obviously there can be people who had a bad time, or maybe, and it could be the weather, the food, the host, the tour guide, the location, whatever. But I am just speaking on my experience, that it was incredible. I would definitely do it again. Hopefully I can next year. My only thing is, like, wait, I want Ruth to be my tour guide everywhere because she's my best friend now. I don't know if she's agreed to that, but she doesn't have a choice. So I know the last biggest question is probably like, what do you get out of this? Is it like a pyramid scheme where you're at the top collecting everyone's money? As the host, my trip is free. So like the price that you're seeing on the Trova site, if you were to pay that, the host does not have to pay that. And then depending on factors like how many people are going on the trip, where the trip is, because different locations are just going to be more expensive, the time of year, is going to all factor into the cost. So that's why Trovas have like a minimum for them to happen, because you have to have a certain amount of people so that it can be a certain price. And so there is that. And then there is money that you do make as the host, that you get after the end of the trip. So anything like your flight, everything else is going to come out of pocket until you get paid. So you do get paid to do it. Obviously, Trova as a company is going to make something from it, but then also they have the local operators that they're partnering with. So like the tour guide that is with us the entire trip is going to be paid. If there's drivers, things like that. So there's like multiple factors and multiple places the money is going to cover all of the things involved. I know a lot of people are doing like back to back trips, and depending on how many trips you're doing, where you're going, I guess these could be like a full-time job. I feel like that would be a lot, because while I had a blast, it was a lot for me, because I just usually don't socialize that much constantly for like a week. I have no regrets, but like to do that and then like get off a plane, do it another week, back to back, I don't think that could be for me. Like I would burn out really quickly, but it would be something I would enjoy doing like quarterly, like a trip a quarter. That'd be really nice. You still have to factor in, obviously, you have to pay taxes and stuff and all of these things. But anyway, both as a host, if you have the opportunity, and as a traveler, I recommend it, obviously, if it's something that you think you would enjoy, but had maybe some reservation. Sorry so much editing, Jessica, but if you are a creator and you think this would be something you're interested in, I have a link and you can click on that link, and it'll tell you the different audience sizes they would recommend for various platforms. But you definitely can reach out to them. You don't have to wait for them to reach out to you if you have interest in being a host for a future Trova trip. And I will have this in my description, of course. Again, think about the person that's hosting the trip, the community, because those are the people you're going to be traveling with. But outside of that, especially if you want to go somewhere, maybe you're afraid to travel by yourself, or maybe people in real life don't want to take the leap and travel to an international destination, or even if it's in your same country. So anyway, that is my 10 out of 10 recommendation for a Trova trip. I had the best time ever. I'm so sad to be back. I miss all my friends. Ooh. And I miss Ireland, of course, because she is a beauty and she was stunning the entire time. Excellent weather. Oh, we were so lucky. So if you have other questions, if I can answer them, I will. Have you been on a Trova trip? Are you thinking about it? Do you want to come next time? I have not. Again, as of filming this, I haven't talked to my Trova person yet, but I definitely want to try to do another trip next year. I don't know when or to where. But I want to do another one. So I haven't launched it or anything, but since filming that, I have talked to Trova and we have chatted about 2 trips for next year. I don't know the timeline for one, and haven't narrowed down the location. I'm thinking 4 options. I'm going to have people vote here and on Instagram like I did last time but then another one in December for the Christmas markets in Europe. So keep your eyes on this space or on Instagram if you're interested in going, because that's where the information will be. Obviously, if you are already on the thing, you might get an email from Trova, but you know, it could go to spam or something. So these are the places to be if you definitely want to go on the next one. Not gonna lie, we had a blasty blast, so watch out. Obviously, y'all will know when that happens, so stay tuned. But thanks for watching. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.